Hey everyone, welcome to School Dropout's advice. Before we start, let me say that I know many of you need subtitles. The subtitle is still there. Please click on the CC button if you need them. Sometimes it takes 1 to 2 hours to upload, so you can watch it later, and always remember to refresh the site. Just a small Ehang update, but we will also talk about how to invest in Ehang or any other stock for your portfolio to maximize your gains. We will talk about different strategies for your 401k, Roth IRA or the traditional IRA. Of course, I will also explain it to you. For me, it's important that you understand the tools you have which you can use to maximize your profit. I don't want just to tell you to buy this and don't buy that. I don't want to just tell you this penny stock will 1000x or 100x. And if I do, I want you to know exactly why I think so. I want you to understand realistic scenarios. I think all of my viewers and subscribers want to know how to make money. I know not many things that I say will make you happy because it does not match our or your expectation. It's like going to school or learning a new skill. We think we know how to make money, but once we know more, we have to admit we know little. But this is not a problem. We all can learn, and informations are everywhere to be found. Let's start with a small Ehang update. I actually recently just made an Ehang update covering the major news up here and in the description below. So if you want to watch more of the news, you can do that. This video will only cover some concerns we had about Ehang and some fundamentals of getting the most out of your stocks. Many Ehang viewers are worried about the Ehang battery and the range. 20 miles range and a battery capacity of 17 kilowatt is not impressive. So I did check today if Ehang is actively working on this problem. And you might remember the rumors that Ehang is working on a 400 kilometers range, which translates to 248 miles. Ehang did actually tweeted regarding this 400 kilometers rumor and said that the maiden test flight of the long-range aerial vehicle, which has been under development for years, will be conducted soon in China. The company said the new vehicle would future technological breakthroughs without providing further details. This actually also aligns with their open position. We see that Ehang has 40 job openings on LinkedIn, which have the job description in Chinese. There were some medium seniority level hiring positions. We can read the word BMS appearing a couple of times. Let me explain to you what BMS is. Battery Management System for unmanned vehicles, like an autonomous system like UAVs. From this source, what we can read from the job description is that Ehang is looking for someone who can connect the battery with the drone, maintain, check for reliability, safety, and connect it with software. The job requirement is 8 years of research and development experience in BMS related fields and 5 years of leadership experience. The job opening was posted around 2 months ago. I think we all can agree that Ehang has more than one battery guy, but it's good to see that they are expanding their team. It's also a very logical move for Ehang to take. We all know the range and battery are weak, but we also know that there are better batteries options out there, which Ehang can buy and connect with their drones. There was another job opening that focused more on the connection of the battery to the software. I'm not a technical guy, but I think calibrating the drone with a stronger battery also takes time and many test flights. This is what I see from this source. The job requirement requires a lot of experience with lithium iron phosphate batteries, the hardware and the connections to other circuit boards and electronics. So from this little research, I think we will hear about a better range this year or the next year. One more important fact I want to mention is that some of my viewers also noticed that the drone design of Ehang can be dangerous for passenger entering and leaving the drone. We can agree that the propellers are in the way of entering and leaving the drone. This can be a risk. We luckily didn't have any bad news yet, but if something happens, this could hurt the company a lot. So I found another rumor of their work of a new design. I'm sorry for the quality of the image. You can see that this design contains more gliding features which could help the battery life. On this black and white sketch, I have to say it does not look very appealing, but the EH216 doesn't look appealing too. I prefer the design like Joby Aviation, but I guess when it works, then it works. Okay, at this point, please subscribe to my channel if you didn't do it yet. Videos like this take a long time in research, scripting, shooting and editing. Now let us get into some fundamentals to get the most out of our investment. You might have heard 401k, Roth IRA and the traditional IRA. If you are in another country, I'm sure that your country has similar retirement programs. So please watch this part of the video to understand how the math applies to your retirement investment. Even if you are an active trader, you should consider having one of these accounts. Because you know, every time you trade, you have to pay taxes and capital gains. But let's start with the 401k, named after section 401k of the Internal Revenue Code. A 401k is an employer-sponsored retirement plan. This means an employer offers you the option to participate in the 401k program, where you contribute a part of your paycheck into the retirement plan. For example, you get paid $50,000 per year and you decide to contribute $10,000 into your retirement plan 401k. The amount you get taxed is $40,000. So you save up the amount of your tax bracket multiplied by the 10,000. So if you make 50,000, then 9,474 is taxed with 22% and 526 gets taxed with 12%. So your total tax of 9,474 with a 22% tax rate is $2,084.28. The 526 earnings will be taxed with 12%, which equals $63.12. So your total tax amount would be $2,147.40. So if you decide to invest your money, you can save up to $2,147.40 in tax with our example. But this is not as easy as you think. The government will tax you once you are retired and taking withdrawals. They will tax you based on the withdrawal each year. So if you finally can retire, don't withdraw your millions at once, because you will get taxed very heavily. When you withdraw 1 million, then you get 481,600 tax with a 37% tax. So you want to avoid getting taxed so heavily, so you can withdraw only the amounts you need and leave the rest in the account and stay invested. I also need to mention a 401k account can mostly only buy indexes and ETFs. you won't be able to buy individual stocks. And the fees for the ETFs are quite high. What is worth mentioning is that you can contribute up to $19,500 per year. Your employer can also match your contribution to a total of $58,000 when your age is under 50, and if you are older, it's at $64,500. The Roth IRA is more designed for self-employed people and business owners, but you can also use it when you are an employee. As long as you make less than $208,000 filing jointly and $140,000 as a single or head of household per year, you can use the Roth IRA to save and invest. So the big main difference, which also creates a difference in the future, is that a Roth IRA taxes you at the beginning, but no matter how much you earned up to your retirement will be tax-free. With the Roth IRA, you can buy individual stocks, which you can't with the 401k. When you reach 59.5 years and retire, you don't need to pay taxes when you have owned the account for more than 5 years. If you are under 59.5 years, you may be subject to tax and a 10% penalty, but if you are a first-time home buyer, they might waive the penalty. The amount you can put in would be $6,000 per year. Let me have one word about the traditional IRA. The traditional IRA works like the 401k. You save the tax first and pay when you withdraw. Now is the big question, which is best? Or should you take advantage of all three? Let me give you one more rule. The $6,000 per year, you can contribute it to a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA. So you can only distribute a total of $6,000 per year. Now let us get into the math. For fairness, let's say we use all the same numbers and same products to invest. We will come up with the following numbers. 30 years with a tax-free investment of $500 per month, which would equal $6,000. In the end, you would have $1.13 million. Your yearly interest alone would be $106,820. You would retire with twice the amount per year as in your work life. Let's say you really enjoy retirement life and take the $106,820 out every year. You would pay around $26,000 in taxes, leaving you with $80,820, which is still twice as much as your work life. If you decide to pull the $1.13 million out and buy 5 Lamborghinis, you will pay around $214,144 in taxes, which leaves you with $915,856. Let us compare it with how it will look like when you save it in a Roth IRA. Remember, the $6,000 get taxed first with 22%. So you only have $4,680 to contribute. Divide this by 12 months. This is a monthly contribution of $390. We put all the numbers in, let it run for 30 years with the same return per year of 10%, which is about the average rate of the SP 500, and we receive $881,590, which would be totally tax-free. The amount we cash out would be less, but the yearly tax-free money we can take out is actually more. We would have $83,319 per year versus $80,820 per year with the 401k. So it's actually a close race. But I think there won't be many interested in cashing out everything at once. But there's another very fun fact. I think everyone should know about it. We paid the tax amount of $214,144 if we cash out the whole amount when we retire with the $1.13 million. The amount of tax you would have paid is $210 per month multiplied by 12 months multiplied by 30 years is 75,600. So the government would receive way less tax with the Roth IRA. But the difference for us is really close. If you are a trader, you can use an IRA account to buy the stocks you like and trade within the IRA account to avoid capital gain tax and federal tax. As long as you keep them in until your retirement, you don't get taxed. If you are close to your retirement and you decide to boost your income with trading, this can be a way to save tax. Anyways, for legal reasons, I have to say I'm not a financial advisor or CPA. So remember, your money is your responsibility. I'm just a guy on YouTube. Please do your own due diligence and hire a CPA and financial advisor. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Many thanks and see you hopefully in the next video. Thank you. Bye.